Good day mga bata! Welcome back kids! This is your Mom Shiny and welcome back to our mathematics class in grade 4 for quarter 3. For this week, we will discuss about describing and illustrating the different kinds of angles. So can you see the angles here in the picture? So later on, we will talk about what are those angles. So why is it important to study about angles? It is important to study about angles because angles are used in daily life. For example, engineers and architects use angles for designs, roads, buildings, and other facilities. Even athletes use angles to enhance their performance. Carpenters use angles to make chairs, tables, and sofas. So you as a student also use different kind of angles even in your daily activities. So stay tuned for our lesson for this week. So for this week, we will describe and illustrate the different kinds of angles, the right, acute, and obtuse angles using models. Let's have a review first. Can you still identify the following lines below? For letter A, what are those lines? For letter B and for letter C, can you still guess what are the answers? Okay, so for letter A, those are parallel lines. For letter B, those are intersecting lines. And for letter C, these are the perpendicular lines. For this time, let us name the ray. So the first one is ray AB. Next, here, it is ray CD. You're correct. And for the last one, we have the ray EF. What time is it now? Can you identify what time is it, kids? Okay, it's 9:45. Here in the clock, you can see that the hands of the clock is somewhat like the ray. So in our face-to-face classes, 9:45 is somewhat our recess time. How about this one? It is 12 o'clock, or it's 12 noon. And it is our lunchtime. So now, why is it important? Now, why is it important to spend time wisely? Even you are a kid or you're an adult, you have to spend your time wisely. And why is it, kids? So always remember that if you manage your time properly, you won't feel as pressed for time. You won't be pressured. Especially when you are making decisions and when you are making your projects, your homework, and you will make better decisions with your life in whole. So I hope even as a kid, you have to spend your time wisely. Let us read the situation. Roche, Leigh, and Claire attend piano lessons every Saturday. Roche starts her lesson at 3 p.m., Leigh at 2 p.m., and Claire at 12:45 p.m. So, who attended piano lessons every Saturday? And at what time does Roche start her piano lesson? How about Leigh and Claire? So take note of the time. If you are going to show in the clock the time your lesson starts, how will you do it? So let us see. So in your paper, draw the hand positions of the clock based on the situation given. Roche at 3 p.m., Leigh at 2 p.m., and Claire at 12:45 p.m. So we will check your answers after you draw the hand positions of the respective clock. So now, if ever that we already draw the hand positions of the given time, the hands of the clock will form certain angles. And that is our lesson for today. So let me have this as an example. So 3 p.m. is indicated here. And this one is 2 p.m. And then we will have we will have 12:45. And we have here 12:45. So as you can see, the hand positions of the clock vary. Some of it is positioned small, some of it is wide, and some of it is straight. So let us classify these hand positions based on our lesson for today, which is the angles. So an angle is formed when two rays meet at a common endpoint. So it is measured in degrees. Angles can be classified according to their measurements. So the common endpoint of the angle is what we call the vertex. So if we have two rays that meet at a common endpoint, which is here, it is called the vertex of the angle. And class, what certain measuring tool can be used to measure the degree of the angle? Can you guess, class? It starts with letter P. Aside from ruler, there is one measuring tool that we can use to measure the angle. And it is called the protractor. So if we measured certain angles, we will have three types of angles, which is the right angle, acute angle, and obtuse angle. So a right angle measures 90 degrees. So most likely, the angles look like this. So it forms straight, vertical, and horizontal rays. And it forms a square corner. The next one is an acute angle. it measures less than 90 degrees. It is smaller than a right angle. So most of the acute angle look like this. And the last kind of angle is an obtuse angle, which measures more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. So as you all know, class, a protractor is half of a circle, and a circle measures 360 degrees. So as you can see, an obtuse angle measures more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees because one of the rays did not form a straight horizontal line opposite to this another ray. So, however, it measures more than 90 degrees and it is classified an obtuse angle. So, if we measure these angles using the protractor, we will really identify or measure the accurate degree of these angles. So again, the three kinds of angles are right angle, acute angle, and obtuse angle. The smaller among the angle is the acute. Just with the term acute or acute angle, it means small. And remember, the bigger or the largest angle is the obtuse, which is more than 90 degrees. So, let us relate our discussion earlier. Identify what kind of angle is reflected on the following images. For number 1, what is this? Number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Number 1 is right angle. Number 2, what is that? It's an obtuse angle. Number 3 is an acute angle. Number 4, still an obtuse angle. And number 5, acute angle. Very good, kids. How about this one? Answer this on your paper. So number 1 is still a right angle. Number 2, acute angle. Number 3, obtuse angle. Number 4, acute angle. Number 5, obtuse angle. Very good, kids. So in your paper, practice drawing the following angles. Number 1, ABC. Angle ABC is an acute angle. Angle DEF is an obtuse angle. And for number 3, angle GHI is the right angle. So using the figure at the right, identify if the given angle is right, acute, or obtuse. So for number 1, angle AOB. So you have to look for angle AOB. So if we are referring to angle AOB, this is your A, your O, and your B. So A, the ray here, or the line AOB. So what angle is that, class? Same with number 2, angle BOC. So you find BOC. What is that? Number 3, DOE. Number 4, FOD. Here is the FOD. And number 5, COE. You got it? Okay. So, for your written activity, picture it. Picture objects or activities you do in your house with the following angles. Objects or activities with an acute angle. Number 2, objects or activities with an obtuse angle. And number 3, objects or activities with a right angle. And for your assessment, answer the following number. So read the questions and answer it correctly. So number 1, what geometric figure is formed when two rays meet at a common endpoint? Number 2, which is the same as angle AOB? Number 3, what kind of angle is formed by the corner of a square table? Number 4, what kind of angle is shown by an open book whose measure is greater than 90 degrees? And number 5, what kind of angle is illustrated when the hands of a clock form 120? So that's great, class. Very good. Job well done for our lesson for today. So class, our lesson ends here. I hope you learned a lot from me and continue answering your modules or learning activity sheets intended for this lesson. God bless!